And they're ready to kick this one away. Kicks it off. He really booted that thing, Kirk.
And Brad, you know what? This is such a great weapon to have on special teams.
They'll take over at the 20. The Fighting Irish line up in a nickelback. Number 18, back to pass. And they couldn't hook up on that one. 2nd and 10, ball on their own 20. Notre Dame brings in their nickel package. Number 20 brings him down at the 20-yard line. No gain. Third down and 10 coming up. Ball on the 20-yard line. Oklahoma comes out in the shotgun. Back to pass. He fires right. Couldn't haul it in. The wideout unable to catch that pass. It's 4th down and 10 yards to go. Ball on the 20-yard line. Number 22 back to return it. Didn't get all of that one. He muffs the catch. He's losing ground. He let that one get away from him.
And Brad, anytime a player muffs a return like that, it sticks around in the back of his mind. You need to just forget about it and move on.
Notre Dame sets up in the eye. Number 22 gets the carry. He jukes him. He's at midfield. Shakes off a tackle. To the 40. To the 20. He loses some ground. Number 49 with a takedown at the 27-yard line. And he busted that one wide open.
You know what? Great blocks up front. You're able to do that as a ball carrier. I'll tell you what, I think the Sunshine Scooter, Lee Corso himself, could have picked up a couple yards on that one.
Not so fast, my friend.
The Sooners line up in a 3-4. On the ground, right side. Tries to juke. And he's taken down at the 20. That's a 7-yard gain.
7-yard gain on the play.
2nd and 3 coming up. Ball on the 20-yard line. They line up in an I. Number 22 on the give. Brought down at the 20. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. As we've seen before, they go with a hurry-up offense. Little handoff.
On defense, it's all about instincts. It didn't look like their instincts worked too well on that play.
You're right, Lee. There was a lot of running room there.
This should be an easy field goal. It's up, and it's right down the middle. And we've reached halftime here. Oklahoma got the ball to start the game, so they'll be kicking off to start the second half. He kicks it. Number 22 takes it at the 16. Juku. Didn't get much of a return there.
Oh, that was a fine job right there by the coverage team. They stayed in their lanes, and they took good pursuit angles.
High formation here. On the ground, up the middle. He's to the 20. Missed tackle. Number 49 brings him down at the 26-yard line. The defense calls a timeout, and they've got 2 remaining. It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 26. Notre Dame comes out with an I formation. Number 7 gives it up the middle. A little juke, and he's stopped behind the line. The Sooners call for a timeout, and now they've only got 1 remaining. 2nd and 11 coming up. Ball on the 25. Oklahoma comes out in a 4-3. Number 22 takes a handoff. To the 40. He's at midfield. He tries to spin. Tackle at the 40-yard line. And he broke one for about a mile there.
You know, guys, it's going to be interesting to see how this defense adjusts to the running game.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. Notre Dame sets up in the I. And with that carry, the running back just went over 100 yards on the day.
Well, this kid's having a great game. He's been running left, right, and up the middle.
Boy, I'll say, he's been giving the defense a hard time all game long.
The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. Oklahoma takes a timeout, and now they got no timeouts left. It's 3rd down and 2 to go. 6th play of this drive coming up. Oklahoma comes out in a 3-4. And the short gain is enough for the first.
Boy, I like that play call. Go ahead and get the first down here.
And that tailback definitely has a nose for that first down marker.
It's 1st and 10, ball on the 29. Notre Dame comes out with an I formation. On the ground, up the middle. Not much for the runner as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Notre Dame is ready to open this one up as they line up for the opening kicks. Kicks it off. Number 25 fields it in the end zone. They'll get the ball here at the 20-yard line. Notre Dame moves in tight on the coverage. Back to pass. Number 18 is going to be sacked for a loss. He just couldn't get away.
Well, the quarterback held on to the football too long, waiting for his receivers to get open. But I tell you, you have to give the defense a lot of credit. That was a coverage sack. Good coverage by the secondary.
Second and long. Ball on their own 13. They come out in a nickel. Drops back to pass. Lets it fly. And that one's fallen incomplete. Boy, would he like to have that one back.
Yeah, you're right. This offense relies so much on timing. And as you saw there, when their timing gets knocked off, they have a tough time connecting on plays like this.
Number 18 back to throw. And it's picked off. He tried to force that one in there.
Yep, and the safety made him pay for it. Terrific read and a nice catch.
1st and 10. They're threatening inside the 20. The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. Number 7 hands off right side. He jukes him. Number 51 with a takedown at the 13. They get about 5 yards from the halfback. And we've reached the end of the first quarter, still no score. Now the teams have switched sides and we're ready for the start of the second quarter. Just a minute to go in the first half of play. Number 22 is the deep back as they line up in the I. Handoff to the right. Number 51 brings him down for a loss.
Well, the offensive line needs to do a better job up front of opening the hole for the running back. Third down and 7. Ball on the 15. The Boilermakers
bring in their dime package. Handoff up the middle. And he didn't get enough for the first.
Now, Brad, he's going to come up short here. The defense does a nice job of not allowing the ball carrier to get out into the open.
Number 13 in to attempt the short field goal. The kick is up, and it sails through the upright. Folks, let's pause now as we've reached. We'll see what kind of halftime adjustments were made as we prepare to start the second half. Here's the kick. Number 89 takes it to 25. A little juke. They'll take over at the 19. Number 22 lines up in a deep back, I formation. Number 22 takes a handoff. Juke move. Number 34 brings him down for a loss. The Boilermakers call for a timeout, and that was their first timeout. 2nd and 15. Ball on the 14. Notre Dame sets up in the I. Makes a move. Number 47 brings him down at the 25-yard line. The Boilermakers are going to take a timeout, and they'll have one timeout left. It's 3rd down and 4 to go. Ball on the 25. Purdue lines up defensively, 4-3. And it looks like he got the first down.
I'll tell you what, Brad, that is very close. I didn't think he was going to make it there, Coach.
Kirk, I agree with you 100%. I thought he was stopped short, too. This kid shows some real determination on that run.
Number 22 is the deep back as they line up in the I. They'll run the option. Little shake and bake move. Nothing doing. Tackled for a loss on the play. The Boilermakers call for a timeout. And now they got no timeouts left. Second and 11 coming up. Ball on their own 28. Purdue comes out in a 4-3. They'll run the option. He jukes. And he busts a huge gainer there.
Boy, that one looked familiar. It looked like the exact same play they ran previously.
Kirk, you're absolutely right. And don't be surprised if they run it again.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score in this one, Notre Dame 3, Purdue nothing. We're down to just a minute in this game. Purdue lines up defensively at 3-4. He loses some ground. There's a missed tackle. And he's going to lose yards on this one. Well, he just couldn't get much of anything there.
No, Brad, he couldn't. And I think the offensive line's going to have to hold their blocks longer than they did on that play.
Purdue comes out in a 3-4. They'll run the option. Now he pitches it. We're ready to get this one underway as the teams are lined up for the opening kick. And this one's a short kick. Number 89 takes it at the 23. He loses some ground. They'll take over at the 27. Notre Dame comes out with an I formation. He jukes, and down he goes at the 37-yard line. Picked up big yards there, and he's going to have a first down.
Yeah, nice job there. This guy does a good job of reading his blocks and accelerating through the holes.
The Fighting Irish go with the I formation. Number 21 brings him down at midfield. And the tailback picks up great yardage on the run.
How many times did we see him run that play in practice this week?
1,000 times. And it was just as successful then as it is right now.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Still no score. We're at the 1-minute mark, first half. The Longhorns put 4 men up front. Number 22 on the give. He's at the 40. Sheds that one. Great run by the tailback.
On that play, the defense looked a little overmatched there. They just got swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Option to the right. He jukes him. Number 21 with a takedown at the 15. A lot of running room there.
One thing about the option that people may not realize, it's not the easiest play to run. You've got so many things to worry about. Do I hold it? Do I pitch it? Or is this big guy going to hit me?
Scooter, it's a good thing you were running that play. The results might not have been as successful.
On the ground, right side. The running back gets 2 on the carry. It's second down and 8 to go. This is the 6th play of this drive. They'll line it up for the field goal. It's up. And he got it. And we've reached halftime here. Notre Dame got the ball to start the game, so they'll be kicking off to start the second half. Kicks it off. Number 12 fields it in the end zone. And the coverage team was all over that return. They'll go to work at the 11. Notre Dame lines up with 5 defensive backs. Back to pass. Lets it fly. And it's caught. And he's taken down at the 31. And a nice catch by the wideout that time. It's first and 10. Ball on their own 31. Notre Dame brings in their nickel package. Here comes the pressure. He lets it go. Number 46 with a catch. And a good completion that time.
Gain of 12 on the play.
First and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line. The Fighting Irish bring in the nickel package. Number 2 back to throw. And he's going to be sacked for a loss. They got heavy pressure on him that time.
Boy, you better believe it. The penetration got there and boom, he went down.
Yeah, that pocket just collapsed right on top of the quarterback.
Number 2 comes to the line with 3 wide. Number 2 drops back. Looking. Guns it across the middle. Tipped away. And the corner got in there and broke that one up. Third and long. 5th play of this drive coming up. Number 2 with 3 wide receivers. Drops back to pass. Throws it out there. Number 42 brings him down at the 42. Texas calls a timeout, and they've got 2 remaining. It's 4th down and 11 yards to go. Ball on the 42. Texas sets up with 4 receivers. Number 2, back to pass. Number 19 with the interception. He's at the 30. He's losing ground. Oh, no, they really didn't need that.
No, they didn't. And now it puts them in a situation where they have to get a stop.
And as a quarterback, you can't give up an interception late in the game. You got to be more careful with the football.
Little handoff. Number 23 with a takedown at the 30. Texas takes a timeout. That was their 2nd timeout. 1st and 10. Ball on their own 30. Notre Dame sets up in the eye. Number 22 gets it on the inside. He retreats. He's to the 40. He's to the 50. And they finally tackle him at the 41-yard line. Texas calls a timeout. And now they got no timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 41. Number 22 lines up in a deep back. I formation. Notre Dame is ready to open this one up as they line up for the opening kick. Gets plenty of air under that kick. Number 82 fields it in the end zone. They'll take over at the 20. Michigan State goes with the ace set here. Number 9 gives it up the middle. Number 19 with a takedown at the 23. So the old counter gets 2, maybe 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 23. The Spartans line up with 2 tight ends. He drops back. Pumps once. Lets it fly. And he drops it. The wideout unable to catch that pass. They're down in 7. Ball on the 23. The Fighting Irish line up in a nickel back. Number 9 on play action. And down he goes. He couldn't avoid the sack there, Coach.
Hey, that protection has got to get better because you don't want your quarterback to get smacked like that.
Fourth and 13 coming up. Ball on the 17. And that's the end of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. And we're ready now for the start of the second quarter. A minute left in the half. Number 22 awaiting the return. Number 18 punts it, and he didn't get much distance on it. Less than a minute remains in the second quarter, and our score is Notre Dame 2, Michigan State nothing. They're lined up for the free kick following that safety. Number 85 fields it at the 35, picks up the loose ball. There's a missed tackle. They'll go to work at the 48. The Fighting Irish go with the I formation. They hand it off. A nice 6-yard gain by the tailback there.
Gain of 6 on the play.
It's second down and 4 to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. Michigan State comes out in a 3-4. Just about 3 yards there.
On the run, 3-yard gain on the play.
Third and 1 coming up on this play. Ball on the 43-yard line. Defense lines up in a 4-3. The kick is up. And it falls short. No good. And we've reached halftime here. Michigan State got the ball to start the game, so they'll be kicking off to start the second half. Here's the kick. Number 85 takes it at the 23. Number 22 recovers a loose ball. He loses some ground. Little shake and bake move. They'll get the ball here at the 45. Number 22 lines up in a deep back, I formation. Little handoff. He's losing ground. He jukes him. They'll bring him down at the 48. The defense calls a timeout, and they'll have 2 remaining. It's second down and 7 to go. Ball on the 48. They'll use a 4-4 defense here. Handoff up the middle. The defense calls a timeout, and now they've only got 1 remaining. First and 10. Ball on the 43. The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. And that was a nice run. Kirk, that was a good job by that big offensive line.
No, it really was, Brad. It was also a nice read by the ball carrier to find that running lane.
The Spartans put 4 men up front. They hand it off. The Spartans are going to take a timeout, and that was their last timeout. It's second down and 4 to go. This is the 5th play of this drive. Michigan State lines up defensively in a 3-4. Number 22 on the inside handoff. That's a 3-yard pickup.
3-yard gain on the play.
Third and 1 coming up on this play. 6th play of this drive coming up. The Fighting Irish go with the I formation. Number 7 options out to the right. Not much there for the tailback on the option. And that's it. Notre Dame has the ball teed up, and we're ready for kickoff. Gets plenty there under that kick. Number 20 fields it at the 2. He didn't get much at all on that return.
Nope. When you see a team stuff a return like that, it usually gives their defense a little momentum to start the drive. We'll see if that happens here.
The Volunteers go with the I formation. Number 60 brings him down at the 17. Just a yard there. Second and 9. Ball on their own 17. Notre Dame brings in the nickel here. Number 21 on the toss. And he stopped behind the line.
Here the tailback had really nowhere to go. The defense does a good job of getting penetration, and they were able to wrap him up for a loss.
Third down and 10 coming up. Ball on their own 16. The Fighting Irish line up in a nickel back. Number 7 back to pass. Lets it go. Incomplete. The quarterback saw the blitz and just got rid of the ball. And that's the end of the first quarter, folks. No score after 1. A minute left in the half. Number 22 back to return it. Number 22 takes it at the 47. He loses some ground. A little juke. And he's going to lose yardage on the return. They'll take over at midfield. The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. He jukes it. Number 2 tackles him for a loss on the play.
The defensive line was just too overpowering and didn't give the running back much of a chance there.
And we've reached the end of the first half. We'll see what kind of halftime adjustments were made as we prepare to start the second half. Here's the kick. Number 22 takes it to 15. Makes a move. Shakes off a tackle. That was a nice kick return.
Hey, fantastic effort right there. He got some good blocking and a nice job to find the open field.
The Fighting Irish go with the I formation. There's a missed tackle. Number 37 with a takedown at the 40-yard line. And they pick up 9 there. Second and 1 coming up here. Ball on the 40-yard line. The Volunteers line up in a 3-4. Number 50 brings him down for a loss. Well, that play sure didn't work.
Brad, this is a sensational play by the defense. They just charged in there, and they stuffed it.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter, and still no score. They've switched sides, and these teams are all set to start the fourth and final quarter. A minute to go in the ballgame. The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. Number 7 on the option right. Laterals back. He's at the 30. He jukes. Number 33 brings him down at the 23. So they keep him in the field of play, guys.
Yeah, good pickup here on the ground, but I bet the coach would have been happier if he was able to get out of bounds on that play to stop the clock.
Remember, the clock stops to move the chains, but it'll start again once they are set, so they have to hurry up.
Number 7 gives it up the middle. Number 2 with a takedown at the 21. So the clock continues to run.
Two things here, guys. First, you have to call a play that allows your offense to get more than they did there. And second, you got to make more of a concerted effort to get to the sidelines in that situation to stop the clock.
Boy, you're absolutely right. That was not a good play any way you slice it.
It's up. And he got it. Stanford is ready to open this one up as they line up for the opening kick. Short kickoff. Number 89 takes it at the 21. A little juke. They'll go to work at the 42. Notre Dame comes out with an I formation. Breaks one. He's at midfield. Number 50 with a takedown at the 45. He picked up big yardage on that run.
Oh, this is great blocking up front. Nice job of holding on to their blocks, allowing him to break through for some big yards.
A gain of 9 yards on the play. And that's the end of the first quarter, folks. No score after one. We're at the 1-minute mark, first half. Notre Dame sets up in the eye, sheds a tackler. Number 50 brings him down at the 30-yard line. The running back gives him 6 on the ground. Number 7, hands off right side. Missed tackle. He's at the 20. The 10. He picked up big yardage on that one.
I'll tell you what, Brad. They need to keep on giving this kid the ball. He's on a roll.
Number 13 lined up for the field goal. This should be a chip shot. It's up, and he got it. And we've reached halftime here. Notre Dame will be kicking off to start the second half. Here's the kick. Number 5 fields it in the end zone.
The only good thing about that return is he didn't turn the ball over. There's a lot to be said for holding on to the football.
They'll take over at the 13-yard line. Stanford sets up with 4 receivers. Number 8 on the give. They'll wrap wrestle him down in the backfield. Good penetration by the defense there as they tackle him for a loss. 2nd and 12 coming up here. Ball on the 11-yard line. The Cardinal come out in a shotgun. He drops back. He's looking for his man. It's intercepted. He's losing ground. Nice pick by the safety.
Safety that time just sitting back there looking at the quarterback, and once it was thrown, he knew exactly where it was going, and he made the pick.
The Cardinal put 4 men up front. The Cardinal call for a timeout, and they've got 2 remaining. 1st and 10. Ball right around midfield. Stanford comes out in the 3-4, and they hit him in the backfield. The defense calls a timeout. That was their 2nd timeout. It's 2nd down and 11 to go. Ball right around midfield. I formation here. Number 7 running the option. Scooped up by the offense. So they almost lost possession there on the option.
They're just happy they recovered it. A turnover would have been very costly.
We're down to just a minute in this game. The Cardinal come out in a 4-3. Number 22 gets a handoff to the right. The Cardinal are going to take a timeout, and that was their 3rd and final timeout. 2nd and 5 coming up here. This is the 6th play of this drive. The Fighting Irish go with the I formation. Handoff to the right. He picks up 4 yards on the carry. Third and 1 coming up on this play. Ball on the 29-yard line. The Cardinal put 4 men up front. Number 7 options out, and they'll lose a yard there. And they're ready to kick this one off. Got some good hang time on this one. Number 20 fields it in the end zone. Nowhere to go on that return, Kirk.
Well, Brad, 2 things here. You need to do a better job of blocking up front, but also you need to get the ball and just attack. Don't dance around and let the coverage swarm all over you.
Number 16, back to pass. Fires a bullet over the middle. Complete. Ball's loose. And the defense picks it up. The receiver should have held on to that one.
Now, coaches hate to see turnovers anytime, especially fumbles by receivers.
And half the time, those guys are out there showboating, holding the ball with one hand. Can you believe it?
You can bet the next time he touches the ball, he better use both hands.
Just about 3 yards there. Second and 7. Ball on the 21. Defense lines up. 8 men in the box. They'll bring him down at the 15. A nice 6-yard gain by the tailback there. We are ready to start quarter number 2. We're at the 1-minute mark, first half. Florida State lines up defensively in a 3-4. 6 yards on the carry. Handoff. The halfback gets the call and picks up 5.
5-yard gain on the play.
The Fighting Irish come to the line with their jumbo package. And that's the end of the first half, folks. We'll see what kind of halftime adjustments were made as we prepare to start the second half. Short kickoff. Number 22 fields it at the 18. Juke move. They'll get the ball here at midfield. The Fighting Irish go with the I formation. They hand it off. A nice pickup of about 8 yards.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Second and 2 coming up here. Ball on the 42. Florida State comes out in a 3-4. Number 22, the ball carrier. He jukes him. He's at the 30, inside the 20. Number 42 with a takedown at the 16. He picked up big yardage on that one.
I'll tell you what, Brad, they need to keep on giving this kid the ball. He's on a roll.
They've switched sides, and these teams are all set to start the fourth and final quarter. The Seminoles line up in a 4-3. Handoff up the middle. They got 4 yards on that one.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Second and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 12. Notre Dame sets up in the I. Number 7 gives it up the middle. Gain of 2. They hand it off. The defense calls a timeout, and they'll have 2 remaining. This should be an easy field goal. The kick is up, and it's through the uprights. And so they take the lead with that field goal.
Big-time kick late in the game. That was a clutch kick to put them up on top.
Short kick. He didn't get a hold of that one. Number 80 fields it at the 19. First and 10. Ball on the 28. The defensive backs moving in closer. He drops back. Now he's scrambling, and they got him. Florida State calls a timeout. And now they've only got one remaining. Second and long, ball on their own 21. Notre Dame brings in the nickel here. Number 16 steps back to pass. It's dropped. That looked like a pretty good pass.
Yeah, it was, and it was a catchable ball. Thrown right at him. He just didn't catch it.
Here's a third and long situation. Ball on the 21. Number 6 lines up in the deep back. I formation. Drops back to pass. Lets it fly. Number 19 knocks it away. Not a good decision here by the quarterback throwing into coverage. Fourth down and a long ways to go. Ball on the 21-yard line. Florida State comes out in the shotgun. Back to pass. He unloads it. It falls incomplete. And they're going to have to give the ball back after going for it on fourth and long.
Not much you can do there. You got to go for it and give yourselves a chance.
The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. Florida State takes a timeout, and that was their third and final timeout. Second and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 18. The Fighting Irish go with the I formation. Notre Dame is ready to open this one up as they line up for the opening kick. Here's the kick. Number 30 fields it at the 11. They'll start this drive at the 22. Number 20 lines up as a single back. Number 2 gives it up the middle. Number 95 brings him down for a loss.
Yeah, that time the defense was swarming to the ball and really didn't allow this tailback any room to run.
Second and 12 coming up here. Ball on the 20-yard line. The Fighting Irish line up in a nickel back. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Number 19 brings him down for a loss. A 4-yard loss. Passing situation here on third and long. Ball on their own 16. 3 wideouts here. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Still no score. We're at the 1-minute mark, first half. The Eagles go with the I formation. On the ground, right side. They'll wrestle him down in the backfield. 3-0.
Yeah, the defense did a great job of winning that series.
It's fourth down and a long ways to go. Ball on the 15. Number 22 back deep to return. Number 22 fields it at the 48. He loses some ground. That'll do it for the first half. Neither on. Boston College will be kicking off to start the second half. And it's a short kickoff. Number 85 fields it at the 19. He's losing ground. A little juke. He couldn't find any open field at all there.
You know, Brad, he looked kind of confused, like he didn't know where he was going from the start.
They'll take over at the 10. Number 22 is the deep back as they line up in the I. He jukes him. He's to the 20. He's hit and got away. To the 30. He's to the 40. The 50. At the 40. At the 30. To the 20. To the 10. He retreats. Number 21 with a takedown at the 37-yard line. And he busted that one wide open.
You know what? Great blocks up front. You're able to do that as a ball carrier. I'll tell you what, I think the Sunshine Scooter, Lee Corso himself, could have picked up a couple yards on that one.
Not so fast, my friend.
Number 22 on the handoff. He's at the 30. Number 24 brings him down at the 22-yard line. And that's the end of the third quarter here, folks. It's been all defense for the first three, and we head to the final quarter, still scoreless. The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. On the ground, up the middle. Missed tackle. They'll get 9 yards on the play.
9-yard gain on the play.
Second and 1. Ball on the 13.
On the 13-yard line.
The Eagles line up in a 4-3. Number 22 on the inside handoff, and they hit him in the backfield.
Give this linebacker a big play in that stat column for an excellent tackle there.
Third and 1. This is the 5th play of this drive. The Eagles use a 4-man front here. The kick is up, and he got it. Miami has lined up for the kickoff, and we're ready to get this one underway. And this one's a short kick. Number 22 takes it at the 16. They'll go to work at the 30-yard line. Miami lines up defensively in a 4-3. On the ground, up the middle. A nice 6-yard gain by the tailback there.
They like to run this fast-paced kind of offense.
Yeah, and sometimes you get the defense to panic and waste a timeout.
Number 22 on the give. He jukes. He's hit and got away. Number 17 with a takedown at the 48. And he busts a huge gainer there.
Boy, that one looked familiar. It looked like the exact same play they ran previously.
Kirk, you're absolutely right. And don't be surprised if they run it again.
Number 7 hands off right side. He's at the 40. They'll bring him down at the 43-yard line. 9-yard pickup. And that's the end of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. We're at the 1-minute mark, first half. Miami comes out in a 3-4. And the halfback runs for the first.
The reason that play was successful is simple. They got a good push up front. All the back had to do was run past that little yellow line right there.
Number 22, the ball carrier. He retreats. That's a huge loss. That'll do it for the first half. Second half just about set to get underway as the teams line up for the kick. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. Number 84 fields it in the end zone. They'll start this drive at the 20-yard line. Miami goes with the ace set here. Number 11 drops back, and he's going to be sacked. He couldn't avoid the sack there, Coach.
Hey, that protection has got to get better because you don't want your quarterback to get smacked like that.
Number 2 alone in the backfield. Back to pass. He steps up, and it's caught. Number 19 brings him down at the 20. That ball was thrown high.
Yeah, but this receiver knew he could jump up and get it. Great play.
Notre Dame brings in the nickel here. Number 11 back to throw. Number 19 with a takedown at the 22-yard line. And they fail to convert for the first down.
Well, the offense hates to see that. The defense, again, Coach, stepping up.
The defense is important. It wins football games for you.
Number 22 back deep to return. Number 22 fields at the 44. So they end up losing yardage on the punt return.
Well, sometimes, Brad, when you try to make a big play like he did there, you end up hurting your team in the long run.
They'll get the ball here at the 40. Miami comes out at a 4-3. They hand it off. He's to the 50. And they make the stop at the 39-yard line. And the tailback picks up great yardage on the run.
How many times did we see him run that play in practice this week?
1,000 times. And it was just as successful then as it is right now.
Number 7 gives it up the middle. He's at the 30. Brought down at the 22-yard line. So they keep him in the field of play, guys.
Yeah, good pickup here on the ground, but I bet the coach would have been happier if he was able to get out of bounds on that play to stop the clock.
Remember, the clock stops to move the chains, but it'll start again once they are set, so they have to hurry up.
Let's see how the defense handles the no huddle.
Handoff up the middle. He's inside the 10. They picked up good yardage on that one, Lee Corso.
Oh, baby. Did the O-line create a lane for him to run through, or what?
They're going to go for the easy 3 here. The kick is up, and it's good. And they're ready to kick this one off. Short kick. He didn't get a hold of that one. Number 22 takes it at the 16. Little shake and bake move. He got a nice return on that one.
He really did, Brad. Now let's see if the offense can come out and build on some of the momentum from that return.
They'll start this drive at the 38-yard line. Notre Dame comes out with an I formation. Number 22 gets the carry. And they pick up 9 there. It's second down and 1 to go. Ball on the 29. They use 4 linebackers. Number 7 gives it up the middle. He's at the 20. Bounces off the would-be tackler. They'll bring him down at the 14-yard line. That was a nice run.
Boy, he did a nice job of keeping his feet moving. Good, solid run.
That's the end of the first quarter, folks. No score after 1. Just a minute to go in the first half of play. Number 22 is the deep back as they line up in the I. Number 22 on the inside handoff. 4-yard gain by the back. The midshipmen use a 4-man front here. Number 22 on the give. A couple, maybe 3 yards on that run. That'll do it for the first half. And the teams are lined up to start the second half.
Number 7 back deep to return.
Gets this one high in the air. Number 3 takes it at the 8. They'll go to work at the 20-yard line. The Fighting Irish bring in the nickel package. Number 24, the ball carrier. Number 33 brings him down at the 23. A gain of 3 yards by the fullback. The defense comes up tight on the coverage. Number 60 brings him down for a loss. So the defensive lineman comes up with a big stop. Now it's 3rd and 9 coming up. Ball on their own 21. The Fighting Irish line up in a nickel back. Number 11 steps back to pass. Number 56 comes away with a sack. He just blew past the blockers and dragged the quarterback down.
Boy, excellent play by the defense here. A few extra seconds, and those receivers might have been open.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter, and still no score. Just a minute remains in this football game. Number 22 back to return it. Number 22 takes it at the 49.
Now, the reason why that's a good opportunity for the returner to run it back is because of the pressure up front. When there's pressure, the punt protection team always blocks a little longer, and they don't get down the field as fast.
Number 20 with a takedown at the 25-yard line. They'll get 6 yards. Number 7 gives it up the middle. Juke move. Picked up big yards there, and he's going to have a first down.
Yeah, nice job there. This guy does a good job of reading his blocks and accelerating through the holes.
Number 22 lines up in a deep back, I formation. A couple, maybe 3 yards on that run. Defense lines up in a 4-3.
Number 13 is lined up for the field goal.
It's up, and it's right down the middle. We'll see how this game plays out as they get ready for the opening kickoff. It's a high, short kick. Number 2 takes it to 12. They'll go to work at the 18. Notre Dame moves in tight on the coverage. Drops back to pass. There's a fumble. Defense says they've got it, and they do. And a big change in momentum right there, Kirk.
Well, the defense is playing inspired football right now. The ball popped out, and everybody was on the ground grabbing for it.
The Fighting Irish go with the I formation. He lateral. He retreats. Nothing doing. Tackled for a loss on the play.
Great play by the big linebacker. I'll tell you what, Coach, it looked like he snuffed that one out from the beginning.
You're right, Kirk. There wasn't much the ball carrier could do in that situation.
That brings up second and goal. Ball on the 39-yard line. The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. Option to the right. About a yard there on the quarterback keeper. And that's the end of the first quarter, and we've got a tie ball game. Just a minute to go in the first half of play. USC brings in the nickel here. He's losing ground. They'll wrestle him down in the backfield. The Trojans call for a timeout, and they'll have 2 remaining. It's 4th and goal coming up here. Ball on the 18. Number 30, the return man. Steps up in the pocket. He's looking. Rolls right. Fires a bullet out to the right. Complete. They went for it on 4th and didn't get it.
I'm not quite sure what they were trying to prove with that. It's the first half, and they're going for it on 4th down?
2 words for you, Kirk. Dumb call. Play it safe and punt the ball next time.
Lets it fly. And it's caught. Brought down at the 38-yard line. USC calls a timeout. And now they've only got 1 remaining. 1st and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. The Fighting Irish bring in the nickel package. Number 3, back to throw. Lets it go, and it falls incomplete. It looks like he overthrew him on that one.
I'll tell you, I think the quarterback got rid of that one too quickly, Kirk.
Well, Coach, you're right. They need to work on their timing a little bit more.
Number 3 steps back to pass. He's looking for his man. Incomplete.
The pass ball's incomplete. Number 84.
It's 3rd down and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. Number 3 is back in the gun.
On the 38-yard line.
drops to throw. Under heavy pressure. Incomplete pass. How about that defensive call?
I love this call because you don't want the quarterback to get too comfortable back there. He'll tear you up.
4th and 10 coming up. Ball on the 38. USC comes out in the shotgun. Number 3 drops back to pass. He goes downtown. Number 84 with a catch. They'll bring him down at the 10. They get the first down and then some.
And then some is right. He got to the first down line and just kept running.
The Trojans are going to take a timeout, and now they got no timeouts left. They're going to go for the easy 3 here. The kick is up. And he hooked it left. They'll start this drive at the 20-yard line. USC comes out in a 4-3. That's the end of the first half, folks. Second half just about set to get underway as the teams line up for the kick. Here's the kick. Number 22 takes it at the 16. They'll take over at the 28-yard line. Notre Dame sets up in the I. Number 22, the ball carrier. He's to the 40. Crosses midfield to the 40. And he's finally taken down at the 43. Tremendous run right there.
And coaches just love it when they can run the ball like that. It opens up so much of your offense.
Number 7 hands off right side. He jukes him. And down he goes at the 28. That was a nice run.
Boy, he did a nice job of keeping his feet moving. Good, solid run.
Little handoff. Number 5 with a takedown at the 20-yard line. An 8-yard gain. And we've reached the end of the third quarter and still no score. Just a minute remains in this football game. They line up in an I. They hand it off. And he busts a huge gainer there.
Boy, that one looked familiar. It looked like the exact same play they ran previously.
Kirk, you're absolutely right. And don't be surprised if they run it again.
On the ground, right side. A 7-yard run by the running back.
7-yard gain on the play.
This should be an easy field goal. It's up, and it is good. And they're ready to kick this one off.
Number 12, back deep to return.
He kicks it. Number 3 takes it from the 6. Nowhere to go on that return, Kirk.
Well, Brad, two things here. You need to do a better job of blocking up front, but also you need to get the ball and just attack. Don't dance around and let the coverage swarm all over you.
Number 2, back to pass. He's looking for his man. And that's a big loss on that one. It's second down and a long ways to go. They've got their backs against the wall. They come out in a goal line set. Number 50 brings him down for a loss. So the defensive lineman comes up with a big stop. Third down and long coming up here. Ball on the 1-yard line. The Fighting Irish bring in their dime package. Play action. He's looking. Lets it go. Incomplete pass. That'll bring up fourth down.
Fourth down, and let me say one thing. This defense was up to the task that time in shutting down the pass play.
Yeah, they shut it down, and they got the 3 and out they were looking for.
Number 22, back to return it. Number 22 fields it at the 37. He retreats. So they end up losing yardage on the punt return.
Well, sometimes, Brad, when you try to make a big play like he did there, you end up hurting your team in the long run.
We're at the 1-minute mark, first half. The Longhorns use a 4-man front here. Number 22 gets it on the inside. They keep it on the ground, and the halfback gets about 7 yards. The second down and 3 to go. Ball on their own 21. Notre Dame comes out with an I formation. On the ground, up the middle. The back gets 3 on the carry. And that's the end of the first half, folks. Texas got the ball to start the game, so they'll be kicking off to start the second half. And it's a short kickoff. Number 22 fields it at the 18. He jukes him. They'll get the ball here at the 29-yard line. Notre Dame sets up in the I. Number 23 with a takedown at the 38-yard line. A gain of 9 yards on the play. It's second down and 1 to go. Ball on the 38. Notre Dame comes out with an I formation. Number 7 options out to the right. Laterals back. Tries to juke. To the 40. And he's tackled at the 38. What a play.
Just a simple option play here. The quarterback gives it up, and they get good yardage. Great play.
Boy, I tell you, this is impressive to see this offense when they're clicking.
He's at the 30. Gets past the tackler. And they fall on the loose ball. They get lucky and recover the loose ball.
Running the option gets a little bit tricky sometimes. It's not as easy as it looks.
We're down to just a minute in this game. The Fighting Irish line up in an I formation. Number 7 gives it up the middle, makes a move. Number 5 brings him down at the 9-yard line.
When you break one like that, you got to give credit to the offensive line.
Number 22 gets the carry. He picks up 4 yards on the carry. They're going to go for the easy 3 here. It's up, and it's good. It's a done deal here as the final whistle blows. Kirk, any final thoughts here?
I'm sad to see this one in because it was a great game to watch. Texas had plenty of chances to win this football game, but it wasn't meant to be today. All you can do now is try to bounce back after a close loss like this.
That concludes another game of NCAA football 2003. And again, our final score, Notre Dame 3, Texas, nothing. Our thanks go out to everyone here at EA Sports. I'm Brad Nessler for Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso, signing off. Until next time, so long, everybody.